Yeah, and so today we are going to discuss the project. So the project is mainly it's a monitoring project. So monitoring the application. So let me share my screen. So yeah, the project is monitoring the application using CloudWatch. So this is the project. So now for this project we are going to create okay prerequisite. Okay, so the prerequisite is first we need to have EC2 with Tomcat installed. Okay, these are basically prerequisites. Okay. So then what else required? So this is, so we need to have an EC2 with the Tomcat installed. On top of it, so we have to deploy application over the Tomcat. So basically the application is Tomcat. In the Tomcat, we are going to deploy an application. So that application we are going to monitor. So then, so we have to create a health check. This basically works on the CloudWatch. So we have to create a health check and configure it. Okay. And so finally, once configuration is done, we need to take care of testing uh, the project. So basically what this project do is, so let's say like we have an application on the Tomcat, so that basically we can access over the URL, right? So let's say like example, if you see on the screen, so if you see can't reach this page, which means the application is not available, or maybe the server is not available, or the name of the context path is different. So maybe changed or removed over the weekend patchings. So there will be a number of reasons. Okay, so I mean for which the site or the URL we are hitting is not working. So for that, so what we need to do is we need to just ensure. Okay, so uh, so we need to get informed to the user or whoever is the owner of this application, stating this application is down for some reason. Okay, so it's like alarm. So it should create an alarm and it should send a notification to the email of that particular owner or person, so that they'll be able to check. Okay, so I mean they're not even always seeing or monitoring. I mean once you get notification over the email, just they can check it why it is down, so they can take appropriate action on that. So that is agenda of our okay of our server, sorry, of our project. So the project is majorly, so it monitors an application which is deployed on the Tomcat. So whether the application is down or so whenever the application is down or not available, then we need to trigger an alarm. Okay, so based on that, the user, the applicant owner, application owner, maybe they'll take action. That is up to them. So what action need to be taken and what is the reason of that? So they will troubleshoot it and they will make sure like application is up and available to that. Again, I mean it will, they will make the application stable. So that is the thing. So that is our project we are going to do. So okay, so let's check the prerequisite. Okay, so prerequisite, if you see, uh, as I said, so we need to have one EC2 server with Tomcat installed. Okay, so then means just you can create an EC2 server, okay, from the AWS page and just install Tomcat. Okay, so you know the steps. Okay, but anyways, for again our understanding, I'll attach the steps also in our okay, in the video. Okay, so let me, so these are the steps to install a Tomcat on the server. So first, to install anything on the server, okay, just you need to just create an EC2, and after that you need to just run apt update on the server. Okay, if it is a Linux server, just assuming we are taking an line Ubuntu server. Okay, so on top of it, to run any Tomcat application, we need to have Java running JDK. So for that, if you see here, I'm running Java 1.8. Okay, so this is the command to run an application on the server. Uh, to run an Java application on the server, so it will install this Java. Okay, and yeah. So these are the basic steps to create. Okay, so basically will paste here. Let it be here. So what we'll do is, so we'll have here, so that is overview, and individual steps we will write here. Okay, that will be more clear when we look into it. Okay, so if the command is not working, then just you give sudo apt update. Okay, so anywhere. So these are the steps. So after that, once you install the Java here, so you're going to create an just sorry opt apps directory. So then you are going to switch into that directory and creating a Tomcat directory. And so this is the what, so you're going to get an Apache Tomcat from server. Sometimes this URL maybe changes, but currently let's so what you do is generally the URL maybe changes to time. So what my suggestion is, you just type it download apache.org. You just hit that URL. Yeah, you just type up download Apache Tomcat 9. So if you see here, so we have a number of versions. So you just go with 9. Okay, 11 is now they're in testing alpha version, but 9 is okay. So here, if you see in the core one, you just click on tar.gz and copy the link. Okay, and you just in the wget command, you just replace here. Okay, so as today's date, this link is accessible, and so I'm just pasting it. So suppose if you get any error while running this wget command, what you have to do is you just open the browser and just type Tomcat 9 now download. Then obviously it will open official website of Tomcat. So it looks like this. So in the code section, you just binary distribution, you just copy .gz file. Okay, you will be confused when you see deployer, embed, and everything. You just go to the code section and you just click on right click and copy the link and paste it on your notepad or server. So and you just download it using wget and you untar it or unarchive it. Okay, using tar xvf command and just start this Tomcat. Okay, so you'll get a Tomcat started, and you just verify it by just accessing it or just giving IP address colon 8080. You know, right? Tomcat will run on 8080, support 8080. Okay, so that's what about Tomcat installation. That is a prerequisite step for it is one of the first step. Okay, now what we are going to do is So I have already set up this first step. Just I'm going to run or log into the server where Tomcat I have already installed it. Okay, so and you guys already know how to install a Tomcat. So maybe it's been in our previous sessions or previous class, you might be knowing that. So that is very easy. Okay, and of course, so for your convenience, I have given in this session also steps. You just blindly follow those steps, and you will be able to get it. Okay, Tomcat, right? So it's clear, right? So now I just want to verify whether Tomcat is available or what running or not. Just I'm giving. Okay, so Tomcat is installed, but it's not running. So let me go to OPT, the installed parts of Tomcat installed path. That is something I knew it already, so that's why I'm going blindly. Okay, so if I know the path, you can just directly start into it, or else we'll go to the bin path. Okay, it's getting denied, so I'm just switching to sudo user or root user. Okay, so now I just go to that path opt, as I've already known that path, or else you need to, and you will be also knowing, because basically you are going to install, right? That's not okay. Yeah, so in the unarchive Apache, so I'll be having bin. Okay, so here, so if I see here, so there will be a, where I am, sorry, I've not traveled, so due to some issue. Okay, yeah, I'm in now. Just start the startup.sh. If you see here, it is shows that Tomcat got started. So let us verify this URL. Okay, so it should work and it should display the Tomcat official page stating something like this. Okay, so it's perfect. It's perfect. Yeah, so Tomcat is working fine. Okay, that's great. So now that what we have did is so far, uh, so it comes under first prerequisite number one. Okay, in between I'll take some gaps, so I mean some pass, because you guys need to follow with me, right? So I'm taking a gap. Okay, so let's have 5 seconds of pass so that you can just get it what we have done. Okay guys, right? So now let's go to the second step, and this second step is to deploy an application over the Tomcat. So this is also already known to you, and it's not new, or it's not a okay. So what you have to do is you just need to clone some code from the GitHub, and you just need to run a Maven package. You need to create a package using Maven. So you need to create a war file or war file basically for Tomcat, and you need to place that war file in the Tomcat web apps. So what it will do? So from there, you just try to access it through the context path. Okay. So that is what the second step is. So that's the second prerequisite. Okay. So let me show you. So yeah. second one is, let me copy this, okay, and we'll have it, okay. So to not a big deal. So I'll be giving steps for this also, okay, don't worry guys. Yeah, so this is, so you just create one directory, suppose let's say like in opt apps maybe, okay, just go to apps. So and you this I mean you know this already, but just I want to repeat it, okay, I'm just taking time, okay. You create a directory, switch into it, and clone this because I mean this is sample Java application. You just clone this and go into it and just create Maven. And one of the prerequisite is you just ensure like Maven is installed on server. So if it is not installed when you run MVN, if you're not able to find it, okay. So if you type MVN, it should show something, okay. So which means I have MVN, okay. So if you are typing something, if it is doesn't showing anything, just you have what you have to do, you have to install, okay. So I have Maven installed. So so this step is also have completed. You just, and once Maven package is done, it will create a wire application, okay. CD, just move into CD target and copy that final this wire application to where you have to copy. So you have to copy that to your Tomcat web apps directory, okay. So this, I mean this path may be different for you, okay. So what, where, and so you know right where your Tomcat is present. So based on that, the Tomcat directory you'll be having web apps. So you need to copy that, okay. So yeah, so in my case I have already did this one. So if you see here, let me clear my screen so it will be easy for you guys to understand. So this is my Tomcat directory. So where I have all these things, if you see here, you have bin, logs, web apps. So I'm saying you copy that war file wherever from wherever you created to here, okay. So that is what deploying an application over the Tomcat. So when you place in any application in the web apps, then only you can access that over the internet from the external, okay. So that's what the thing is. So I've already did it. So let me show you what so I have example dot snapshot, okay. So if you place, yeah, so this is, you can call this is a context path. So if you see here, so when I call with this path, so it should respond the application. We are calling that application. So where from where you're calling, that is hosted on this server on the Tomcat 8080, basically the port of Tomcat. And we are getting over, we are just calling that application using context path. So context path nothing but example hyphen, so that based on the application, okay. So this is example something looks somewhat very difficult. So what I want to do, I will just create uh, another one with web apps. So other application, okay. So just not to make major difference, just web apps, okay. So what now I'll call, instead of this big thing, just I can call with web apps, okay. So that hello is the application, just a sample application, okay. So okay, hope you guys are clear. So till second prerequisite we are good, okay. Second prerequisite what we have did, I'm just giving overview again. So we have cloned we have taken a sample Java code from the Git repository. I have provided the link, okay. So from that link what we have did, so we have cloned under the server and we have packaged using Maven. So which means we have built the code. Okay, so we have built the code using Maven package, and it has created a where application, that is the artifact. So that where application we are placing on the Tomcat. Placing in the sense deploying that where application, the web apps of Tomcat. So, and after moving that, so we have to verify whether the application we placed is able to access from the internet or not. So for that, we have just opened in browser, and in the Tomcat, just behind the, we have given the context path, that is absolutely working fine. Then what else I did? So I have also, because the application name is very big, so I have to cut short it to the small. So always shortcut is short, sweet is short and sweet is very interesting. So I have just renamed or copy created a new file with copy cp and created web apps. So web apps is a context path, just calling the same, just renaming. It's a duplicating that application. Okay, so second step is done. Okay, now, so let's go to the third step. Let's take a small pause here. Okay, so now it's fine, right? So we can go for the next step. So that is create S3 health check and configure it. So this is third prerequisite. So let's chase it. Okay, so what we will do is, so basically, so in the third step, it's saying like create S3 health check and configure it. So you go to your AWS account. Okay, you just type for health check. So yeah, if you see here in the features, you will be able to find health checks. Just click route 53 health check. Okay, so you'll be able to see this. Mhm. So in this, just click on create as 3 health check. Okay, I mean 53 route 53 health check. So you give just example name, like I'm going to monitor web apps. It's not necessary to an application name, anything else. Okay. So what to monitor endpoint, so we are going to give an endpoint of application. Okay, so that is okay, and monitor, and we need to give the endpoint of our application. So okay, so now we need to have the server name, sorry, host of sorry, what we call, yeah, IP address of server. So this is my IP address. In my case, I'm just giving it, just give only IP address because HTTP protocol already been given. So port number is 8080, and path is web apps. Okay, so the same one. So where whatever you see here, so that you need to just segregate and you need to give. So this is our IP and port number and context path. Okay, so that are being given here. So if you see, you just make to ensure, just copy and check whether you have given correct or not. So it should say hello. Okay, means, which means the application is running working fine. Okay guys, just click on next. So here create alarm. So if you want to CloudWatch to send you an Amazon notification such as email, when the status of health check changes to unhealthy, means which means down. Okay, so it will create an alarm. So just click on yes. Okay. Okay, CloudWatch will send you an Amazon notification whenever, when the status of health check is unhealthy, for at least 1 minute. So it will do polling. So every 1 minute it will check. Okay, if suppose let's assume like for this minute the application is running fine, so which is up. So after a minute, so it got down. So then this Amazon SN CloudWatch will send a polling request for every minute. So if it finds the status is something fishy or down or unhealthy, so it will send an alarm to you over the email stating this application is running or low. Okay, something it will send. So after 1 minute again, so suddenly the application got up and it was to the past state, so which is running fine. Then it will does not send a notification. So that is how the CloudWatch SNS works. Okay. So send notification to, we'll create a new topic since we are going to add a new one, right? So just give the Tomcat email. So we want one email. So let me get it for you. Trip for nice. Yeah. Trip fun 975. So I have given this mail. Okay, just go create. So if you see here, the health check with ID is created successfully, which means, okay, which means our, okay, so our health check is created, but so Amazon will send a notification to the uh, Gmail for subscription. So what for that, what you want to do, you have to go to the AWS account. Okay, so see, if you see Tomcat email, so for that you need to subscribe. Just click on confirm subscription. Why? Because so whenever it's a first time one time setup, so moving on it will not ask any subscription, so it just sends a notification. Okay, so basically that will be sometimes in your inbox or promotions. Okay, that depends, sometimes it would be here. Okay, so let's see. Now this health check is working fine. So if you, yeah, you click on health check, you see here Tomcat, it is healthy one on one, so it is checking perfectly. I mean, no alarms, health checkers, latency, so there is no issue, so everything is perfect, working fine. So what we will do is, let's bring the server down. Okay, okay, so we'll go to EC2. We'll stop the server. Okay, why I'm stopping is, so the Tomcat which is hosted here will also stop definitely. Okay, okay, so that time maybe you can stop Tomcat on the server. I'm just stopping here EC2 here. So whatever the cases, there are many cases where Tomcat can be stopped. Okay, when if the suppose running instance is stopped, then Tomcat will not be available. So else only Tomcat is stopped, so the application will not be accessible. Okay, suppose there are cases where during the weekend patching OS patching activities, Tomcat web apps. In the web apps, maybe the application will be missed. So at that time also the URL we are just hitting is not available. So then there are many cases. So based on that, the CloudWatch will monitor, sends a polling request for every minute, and it will monitors. If it finds unhealthy, so yeah, it will alarms. So here we are seeing as green, right? Okay, from 16 minutes now it is running perfectly. Okay, so what we will do now, we will bring this instance down. I'm just stopping it. Let's see whether it will create an notification or not. So almost the server is getting down. So let's see. Okay, still healthy. So it will take once server should down, and yeah, server is stopped. Maybe like 1 minute. And this URL will not be accessible. Yeah, so sign cannot be reached, means it is not working. To take 1 minute to send notification, let's say. Still healthy. So it will send the health checkers for every minute. So still success. Let's see. Yeah. So now it is getting timed out error. See, earlier it was down. Maybe now check the status. So now see, unhealthy. I think it will create alarm now. Just wait, maybe. Okay, it will create some. It will not create much time, but since it is not an so external, right? So Amazon, and if you're in same company, then it will be getting same IP or something like that. So it should throw the see from here to health check status. It was working fine, and suddenly at 12:30, if you see at what time, 12:29 it down. So from 12:23 it was up. Okay. Yeah. So we have received. So I said right. Sometimes it will be in promotions. We just move that to inbox. Okay, that's all. So if you see here, alarm, web apps, Tomcat, AWS, this is ID in US to Virginia. You are receiving email because Amazon Tomcat is low. Health check status has entered threshold 1. If you see, these are the details. Insufficient data. You can open this and you can see check the status. Okay, what I'll do is, okay, so if you run it back, so this will comes again, it will keeps monitoring. But here we are, since we are using EC2 as public, IP will change, right? So we need to again change the IP address, so that will there will be so that how you need to understand how the uh, CloudWatch will monitors. Okay, so when you bring server app, okay, so automatically the unhealthy status, CloudWatch unhealthy status will turn into healthy status. Okay, so that time no mails will be sent. Again, if it finds unhealthy, then you will be getting an email. So this is how the monitoring works in the real world. Okay, with respect to the CloudWatch. Okay, so yeah, testing is also done. So I have also have a clear document how to set up it. So I'll be sharing it. Okay, so if you follow this document, so whatever I have did, right, so those steps are here, so I'll share with you. Okay, so I hope you have understood this and it's clear. Okay, yeah. Thank you for watching.